He looks tough. He looks mean. He looks angry. He looks like he could rip your head off. But if you know Patrick Languzzi, he's a pussycat. He's soft as puppy poo. On the inside, it's melted butter. Patrick, welcome to Addicted to Acting.
Thank you for having me, Gary. I really appreciate it.
Oh, this has been great. Now, because you've been on location in LA with John Fiore, a previous guest, we've had trouble scheduling you, but I'm very excited to talk about your project that you're working on with John. But first of all, the question I ask everyone is why are you addicted to acting?
So I'll be honest with you. Excuse me. When I started, I didn't want to act. I wanted to be a writer.
Hmm.
Um, my goal was to write a screenplay, just to kind of do the behind the scenes stuff. I ended up from a Polaroid photo. I ended up getting audition calls, and I didn't know what I was doing. And so my wife recommended that I take a class. And when I took a class, I started getting callbacks. One thing led to another, and I got addicted, like most actors, right? I mean, what do they say that, you get the acting bug?
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of what happened, in a nutshell. But I never wanted to be an actor. I always wanted to write.
Well, what's the connection between the two, do you think? Because generally, if you write, you write. It's very, there are sometimes actors will, because they want to do certain material, they'll write their own material. Like Damon and Affleck had to write their own movie to get the part they wanted. But it's
Right.
very rare that a writer becomes an actor.
I don't know. I mean, that was just the way it was for me, and I did some theater as a kid. And I liked it, but I never had these aspirations to go into acting as I got older, until like what I just explained to you
Well,
how.
do you get the same creative satisfaction over doing a role as you did or you do when you write a scene or tell a story, write a story?
Yes.
Interesting. So it's the same creative satisfaction. Um, do you still write?
Um, so, okay. So as part of my training as an actor, it was I was recommended to me by Angela Perry at Boston Casting to take a stand like a comedian class, take a stand-up
Oh
comedy.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So
It's great
so
training. It's great
yeah,
training.
and so she sold me on the idea, and I was like, um, all right, I'll do it. So I had to write my own material, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, I wasn't aspiring to be a comedian, but I enjoyed the whole process of writing my own stuff. And so yeah, I mean, to answer your question, I personally I get a lot of satisfaction from writing. So, uh,
Do you
but
find both writing and acting therapeutic
uh, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
in the same way? Because you had and you can share as much as you want, but you had a
sure,
life-threatening situation.
of course, yes.
Yeah, and how did acting or how does acting or writing enable you to deal with that?
Uh, I don't know. I think, like I guess most people that are act would say, it allows me to be somebody that I'm not.
Do you
Um,
buy that? I think people just say that because it's something to say. Do you buy that?
yeah, I mean, I do because that's how I feel personally. Um, like you said when you were introducing me, it's like most people think I'm an asshole, but they don't know me.
It's
They
it's
don't
so
know me as
oh,
a
it's so
person.
true. And you are like 180 degrees opposite.
Yeah, I'm like nothing like that. So the acting allows me to be an asshole, right? So
Yeah.
to speak. And I never saw, I'm going to tell you a quick story. I never saw it until one day I was at the grocery store and I see one of my neighbor's daughter. She's like
Yeah.
16 years old. She's with her friends. And I go, "Hey, Erica, how you doing?" And she kind of like did one of these and like walked by me. Like, I mean, she was right next to me. And so when I saw her dad's a good friend of mine. He does a lot of the work at my house for me. And I go, "Charlie, I saw your daughter at the grocery store." And she kind of shunned me. He goes, "Yeah, she's scared of you." And that's kind of when it hit me like, okay, maybe there is something to this. So,
Well,
yeah.
you have a great stoic face. I
Oh,
mean,
thanks.
for me personally, I would love to see you in a comedy playing everything straight.
I would,
I think it would be hilarious. Just hilarious, where the words coming out of your mouth are absurd, but your stoicism is right there. But the language doesn't go with the
yeah,
look. I
yeah,
mean, I think it would be, I just think it would be hilarious. I think it
yeah.
would be a scream. I mean, I'd love to see you have an opportunity to do that.
I'm gonna do I'm working on a short comedy right now with Jimmy Shirts. I don't know if you know how well you know Jimmy.
Yeah, I know him a little bit. I know Jimmy.
We're getting ready to film something. I mean, it's a short. It's probably gonna be shown at the Boston International Film Festival next spring. But
Good.
we're getting ready to do that. So I'm actually looking forward to it because it's something different than what I'm usually cast for. So
Um, I still, I still want to get into the writing thing a little bit more. Do you think, do you think writing makes you, if you've written, do you think that makes you a better actor?
hmm, I don't know. Um, I think it's probably different for everybody, right? I mean, does it make me a better actor?
Did writing stand-up comedy make you a better actor? Did it make you freer? Did it make you looser? Because look, like we've done some theater together and we don't get a chance to rehearse a lot. The whole key is to successful acting is to be able to not act.
Right.
And
It's gotta be, it should be natural, right?
you got to kind of like you got to get to the point where you don't give a shit. It's like you rehearse, you rehearse, you rehearse, you rehearse because you got to rehearse. I mean, these people that don't know their lines. I mean, that's of course you have to know your lines.
Right.
But when you get to the set, you kind of like you throw it all away and you say, I don't give a shit. If you're doing comedy, I would think that comedic type of attitude would help you do that. Is that maybe I'm wrong? Maybe I'm completely wrong on that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, I mean, I mean, if you talk to 10 actors, they may give you 10 different answers,
Right.
right? So, um, I don't know. I just feel as, and listen, I don't write a lot, right? Because my focus shifted more over to the acting.
Right.
I'm writing a book based on what I had gone through with my cancer. So that's a whole different, thing altogether. But um, I just think writing stuff and acting, for me, there's a connection there, right? So it may have helped me a little bit, but like I said, I mean, other people may feel differently about it. Um, I have a lot of respect for writers, a ton of
It's
respect.
hard, dude. I mean, it's so hard. The people like I've written a number of screenplays that have gone nowhere. I wrote a novel, but I don't write every day. And in my opinion, I read Stephen King's book on writing, which is the Bible as far as I'm concerned.
Mhm.
It is the Bible for writing. If you don't write every day, I don't think you're a writer.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, like to me, and maybe that's hardcore. Maybe that's hardcore. You know, I think if you're a writer and you're writing stories, and I'm not necessarily talking about being a sports writer. I mean, some of my sports writer friends, they go, I got to write 3 columns a week. I'm like, oh, boo fucking who? I'm sorry. You know, I'm like, give me a
yeah,
break. I got to write 3 columns. Oh. Um, I think you have to write every day. Like Stephen King said, I mean, he writes every day of the year. He writes on Christmas morning. He writes on July 4th. I mean, he writes every day. And I mean, now the question is, how do you act every day? And this is what I feel. I think about acting every day. I look at a script. I look at an old audition. I look up auditions. Every day I do that. Do you do that?
I don't do it quite as often. I got a lot of things going on, so I don't do it quite as probably as much as you, but
You
I,
think about it every day.
yeah, I think about it for sure.
Yeah, it's on
Um,
your mind every day and never leaves your mind.
yeah, I don't do it quite as much, but I used to read scripts all the time. I got a stack of scripts in my office that someone
It's a
gave.
great thing to do. It's a great thing to do.
Yeah, but
Whether you're a writer or an actor, it's a great thing to do. What's the best script you've ever written or ever read?
oh, I bought a book with the script in it for The Godfather. So it's a um, big book, hardcover with the whole script for The Godfather.
For you and for everybody, all of our friends and relatives watching and listening, to me, the greatest script ever is Jerry Maguire.
You think so?
Have you read it?
No.
There is not one wasted word. It's all right there. And it took Cameron Crowe 5 years to write it, research and so forth, and writing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, it's an amazing. It's just like it's textbook. It's got all the things that studios look for, the commercialization. I mean, you got the final battle at page 90. All is lost. Um, And then you have the denouement and you have the plot points and you have the question on page 5 to 10, what's going to happen? How are they going to solve the problem? Then you solve the problem at the end of the movie where everybody feels great. And it's just amazing. I mean, put it on your stack of scripts. It
Yeah,
is,
yeah. I will.
it
I'll make
is,
on that.
I mean, it's amazing. Okay. Let's talk about some of your projects. So before we get to your current project, you were in The Perfect Couple.
Correct.
Tell me about that because I really enjoyed that series. Got a little weird at the end, but I really enjoyed it.
I played Chet, the delivery driver, which because I only usually get cast as bad guys or cops, I was a little bit surprised. I mean, I'm not going to turn down the audition.
Oh
I was a
no.
little surprised, to be honest with you, that that I got cast for that role. It was fun. I mean, um, I worked. I didn't work really with
Nicole Kidman
Nicole
or
Kidman directly. Yeah, we did a scene together, but it was like, they taped my thing and they taped her thing and put it together.
right.
Um, but it was fun. The director was great. She let us do what we wanted. Um, and I can't remember the co-star. I can't remember his name. I'm not going to lie to you off the top of my head. I think his name is it Jack Rayner?
Which one of the kids?
Yeah, he was the main character in this. In what he just did that was really good was the Mummy, the new Mummy that came
Oh,
out. I don't know if you saw it.
I
It's
did not.
it's really good. Yeah, it's pretty scary actually. Anyways, so he has a natural Irish accent, but he speaks like you and I. And he
Yeah,
that to me is talent.
it's amazing, dude. It is amazing. The Brits, the Aussies, they can nail American accents like that. The Irish, they come over and and sometimes when you see American actors trying to do like an English accent, they sound like they're a Monty Python,
Yeah.
or an SNL
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
skit. You know what I mean?
Funny. Yeah, it was a great set. He was really cool. Like I said, like when we got there and we set up to, because we rehearsed for a little while, we were
You're on the Cape, right?
yeah, we're on the Cape. And I remember he walked up to me and he stuck his hand out and introduced himself in his Irish accent. and he said, if you have any ideas, you
Oh,
want to
Jack Rayner, the guy that played
Jack
Thomas
Rayner. Yeah,
Winbury.
so I was right.
Yeah.
He was just super cool. Made me feel really like equal, not just a not just a five and under. He made me feel kind of equal to him, and it was great. It really made me relax, and the director was cool. So it was just overall, it was a great experience. They cut more of the scene than I would have liked, but
Did
it's
you
the
meet Michael Beach? Michael Beach. Oh, no, he played Dan Carter. I think he played, was that one of the police officers? That's a guy, he's a great character actor. He's been in everything. Anyways. Sorry, I digress.
no, it's
Um,
okay.
dude, I spent uh, in Ella McKay, I worked 8 or 9 days. I'm in the movie for 2 seconds.
Yeah,
And I got to meet Jamie Lee Curtis. I got to meet Alan Brooks. People are hanging around the show. It was a great experience.
yeah, yeah.
But Jim Brooks, I mean, he can do anything he wants. He totally didn't use anything. I mean, that's like crazy. So I hear you, dude. I mean, it's the way it goes.
If I could share an experience
Yeah, that's why we're here.
to your point. So I did, I think it was 2017. I did um Stronger with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Right.
I got I had a really cool scene where I played the dad, a dad with couple of my children, and the scene called for. It was the beginning of the movie, and the scene called for he was walking through the crowd, and he had a sign, and I stop him. We start going back and forth, and it was a really, it was a good experience. But where I'm going with this is the director comes up to me when, I'm on mark. The director comes up. I got I have a child on my arm, and I got like an 8-year-old boy next to me. He comes up, he shakes my hand. Gyllenhaal standing next to him, in character, mind you. So he didn't really say much.
He
And
stays in character, right?
he was in character, and so he goes, Patrick, I know you know your lines, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to ad lib. You're going to
Cool.
just follow Jake's lead, and that kind of took all the pressure off, right?
Totally.
So I started with the opening line with whatever my opening line was, and I just followed whatever Gyllenhaal did. So he said something, I reacted back and forth, back and forth.
Right.
So it went from like a 4 or 5 line roll to like a complete scene, like back
Great.
and forth, back and forth. Like I was so thrilled that I was able to have that experience. It got cut.
I know. Yeah, I know.
I
It's
was
so
like, oh my
frustrating.
God.
It's
Yeah,
so much. That's what people,
your point.
so much gets cut.
Yeah, but I got paid.
Well, you get paid, you
Yeah,
get to work with Jake Gyllenhaal. So the
yeah,
next time when you
good
do have an
experience.
opportunity, the whole thing is experience so you don't shit yourself.
Right.
When I did Chappaquiddick with Jason Clark, I was a nervous wreck. That was in 2017. So by the time you do it a couple times, I mean, it's just like anything else. You got to get reps,
Yeah,
So I mean, he's one of the great actors. He's great. I mean, that guy's done stuff on Broadway. He is a great actor. And you did a whole scene with him. You hung with him.
yeah,
Whether anybody saw it or not, that's something.
yeah, yeah. It was so funny. I remember I was trying to get the footage. I
I
got
know it.
invited to the premiere. It was in Boston. I got invited. I saw the director. I talked to him, and I was like, anyway, I can get that footage. He goes, Patrick, I'm sorry. He told me before the movie started, and I was like, anyway, I can get that footage. And he's like, yeah, no. I'm like, oh. Anyways,
I don't know why, because I've talked to like the Fairley brothers. If you were in a Fairley Brothers movie, where they get you the footage.
were they?
They get it for you. I guess sometimes it depends on maybe it's the film company. Of course, Pete and Bobby are a little bit different than everybody else. They're not as so
Yeah,
they're not necessarily rule followers. I don't know. But like everybody that works with they go, oh yeah, yeah, we get our clips from them. That's awesome. You know. Um, Central Intelligence with The Rock, Kevin Hart.
yeah, yeah. That was fun. Um, so that was like one of like the first big auditions I ever had. Angela brought me in, She's been so great to me.
She's been great. She's great to all of us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously I can only speak for myself, but she's just so nice. And she just gave me an opportunity. I was a non-union actor, and she brought me in. She goes, she pulled me out of class, and she's like, "Look, I got this audition. I want you to audition for." And Slane ended up getting the role. You know who Slane is, right?
I
Uh,
don't.
you do. He is a rapper. He played the driver in The Town. They got shot in the head. They all had their head shaved.
Oh, okay.
Big
Yeah.
guy,
Yep.
the
Yep.
driver, he ended up getting shot in the head when they
Yeah.
took them
Okay.
all up at Fenway. He ended up getting the role, but they called me and said it's between you and this guy. I didn't know who it was. And it was a really cool scene. It was a bar scene where I pull a gun out. The Rock kicks the gun out of my hand. So what they ended up doing is, they had stayed in touch with me because it was like a 3 month process between the audition, getting a call back, just that whole thing. And so I was really excited, right? Because it was one of the first times that I got in a big motion picture. And so they called me and they said, the director really likes you. It's a question of where he's going to put you. And
Right. Great.
so he ended up giving me a role where Kevin Hart's walking down the street and he's looking up at this. He's looking up because he's trying to find a bar to meet where he's going to go to meet The Rock, where that scene takes place. And he's walking and he's looking up, and I come walking out of the bar with a guy and bump into him and call him a fucking pussy. So it was kind of cool. You don't see my face, you see me, you see the back of me coming out, but you hear me call him a fucking pussy. It was fun. It was fun because the four of us, me, the guy I came out with, The Rock, and Kevin Hart, before we shot the scene, the four of us were together inside that place, which was really an aerobic studio that they made to look like a
Right.
bar. And they were cool. They came up to us and said hi and blah, blah, blah. And, so it was just a good experience overall.
That's cool. I mean, is he really that short?
Yeah. Yeah. I tried to describe it to a couple people. I said and I'm not knocking him because he's fucking hilarious.
Dude, the guy's a legend. Look,
Yeah.
of course. Look,
And
the
he's the body
first,
of an eighth grader.
huh?
He's the height of an eighth grader.
Yeah, I mean, the first comedy special, when I was doing the Celtics pre and post game show, Donnie Marshall was doing it with me, and I hadn't heard of Kevin Hart at that point. I think he had always been a comedian, but I think he had one of those Netflix specials or something that really hit big.
Yeah.
And Donnie would be watching the game up on the big screen TV, and it's 82 games, they're playing Indiana, or maybe on a Wednesday night, they're up by 20. And Donnie would play Kevin Hart. He'd play like that special. And we got one eye in the game, and we'd just be on the floor.
Yeah.
Just he's a genius.
He's
Oh
great.
my God. And then when he's with The Rock in Jumanji, you know? Zoology, bitch. I mean, it's a great line. I mean, like we've watched it about 100 times. I laugh every time, you know. And then when he gets bit, and he's
Good.
hilarious. And in his movies with Ice Cube, oh my God,
I really enjoyed those.
oh,
I'll
he's
watch anything he can just
hilarious.
for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So, but he's no, he must be loaded, but dude. There isn't a commercial he turns down. My God, he's
I would agree.
DraftKings and fucking credit cards and. That's the thing, when you have an opportunity, and you're a local actor and you get on a set and they bring in the big guns, it is very cool when they're just kind of chill, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And The Rock is as big. I've interviewed The Rock. He's legit.
Oh, have you? Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
I interviewed him when he did Game Plan at in Foxborough. And I don't know if he was as big then because he was playing a quarterback, so I think he was slimmed down a little bit.
Oh, really?
But like, and then he got bigger. But that dude, and he's great too because as a wrestler, he came out and he was playing, like Walking Tall and some of these badass movies, like walking down the street with two shotguns, or whatever. But the guy can do comedy.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I was hoping they were going to make another Central Intelligence. I really was because I thought it was a good movie.
yeah, I didn't. I should see it, but I heard it was funny as hell.
Yeah, it's funny. It's good. I think you'd enjoy it. It's got a good
Uh,
story.
all right, let's get to this recent project,
Mhm.
working with the great John Fiore. So tell me about it. Tell me what you can about it, when it's going to come out, and then we'll get into the experience.
So I have free reign to talk about this. I talked to.
Thank you, John.
So I
Right,
said to him, I go, tell me what I shouldn't say. And he goes, you can say whatever you want. So it's a passion project of John's. Um, him and I have become really close over the last few years. We spend a lot of time together in the summer on the beach, and we just talk about this kind of stuff.
right,
And so he had been telling me about this project for in the spring for a couple of months.
right,
And then one day he said to me, what are your thoughts about this? Because someone dropped off the cast. So
right.
he said, if you want, the role's yours. So I just, I jumped at the opportunity and I said, yeah, I'd love to do it. So we went out to LA 2 weeks ago. We were out there for about a week and um, we filmed. I mean, I was exhausted when I came home. I was telling my wife, I go, listen, it wasn't a vacation.
It's
I,
harder than people think.
yeah, it was, we were going to bed at 3 in the morning. We were, shooting late at night. We went to bed at like 3. Then I was on East Coast time. So I was at 6:30. I was wide awake.
Uh,
I was sleeping 3 hours. I was junk when I came home.
it's not physical, it's mental.
Right. So, so I'll tell you a little bit about the story and what we're trying to do. And so he's kind of a fixer, like so almost, I don't want to, kind of like a Ray Donovan. So we're Boston guys, obviously, but he travels. So, you know, each episode is independent of each other, but you may see some of the cast in more than one episode. But so it's kind of intertwined, but you don't need to watch one episode in order to
Right.
see the second. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Right.
Storyline is so it's kind of like The Sopranos, right?
Yeah,
With it,
or it's more like traditional, it's more like a traditional cop series where, I don't need to watch every episode of Law and Order.
right,
I can watch episode 5 and be okay.
correct. So that's kind of, that was kind of his wish, right? This is what he wanted to do. So he's kind of a fixer, and I'm kind of his right hand man. And um, so what we want to do is every episode we want to film in a different location. So we filmed in LA. We go to LA for what the situation called for, right? So we're out in LA doing that. We're going to film one in Boston, one in Miami, and one in London right now. That's the goal, right? So right now we're in the process of getting ready to do the Boston episode. Um, it's not a stretch for me because I play kind of the same guy I've always played. But I enjoy it. Like I've kind of embraced this now, right?
Well,
So
you take what you run with it, dude,
yeah, you have to, right? So I
Well, look at
just
John. I mean, the guy was doing cop shows and then he got on one of the biggest shows of all time, you know.
and and John's heavily involved in the writing on this. So we have a writer. He lives in Florida. He's from the UK, and but John is heavily, heavily involved in the writing in every aspect. So he's teaching me the other side of it too, which is kind of cool. And we,
What have you learned most from him about the writing? Or give me some examples.
um, every, like, so, okay. So if I were going to write something, I, I guess before I had this experience, I probably wouldn't have gotten so caught up on every single word.
Right.
He's hell bent on that, we're not using this sentence if it's not going to further the story, which is what you're
Right.
supposed to do, right?
Economy. Right. Right. Because it just slows it down. Right. Word
So
economy. Yeah.
we had, again, this is a first for me. We had probably 10 different scripts before we went out there. And even when we were out there, the script changed every day. And he said to me, "Welcome to Law and Order. This is what they do on Law and Order. You get the pink slip, you get the pink script, the blue
Right.
script, and then you get the final." And he goes, "And you might get that final the night before, and that's just how it is. And you got to run with it." So it was a good experience with all that, having to, and I had for me personally, this was the most dialogue I ever had. As
Good. Great. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks. And so it was a good learning experience for me as an actor. Um, and I'm so, of course, I'm looking forward to doing, other episodes with him. But yeah, he was just really hell bent on stuff, and he was fighting the director all the time. Not fighting like that, like mad fighting. I mean, like, no, this is how I want it done. Like he
Right.
knew what he wanted to do
Well,
before.
this is his project, correct?
Yeah, yeah. But everything, every little
Yeah,
thing.
he's in and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um,
is the goal 4 episodes and then attempt to sell it?
Correct. Yeah,
And then after doing is it an idea of just selling the 4 episodes or sell the 4 episodes with the hope of doing more?
correct. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Four
Yeah.
episodes with the hope of doing more. I
Four
mean,
episodes is a lot. I mean, are these 30 minutes or 60?
30.
30. I mean, it's still a lot. I mean, you're basically doing it on spec. That's a lot. Usually people do one.
Well, I mean, I think so we're trying to raise money, right? Well, we raise
Right.
money to film the first episode. Okay.
Right.
We need to get, so that was technically the pilot episode,
Right.
but he wants to film the Boston episode and compare them. Because like I said earlier, they're independent of they're not dependent on
Right.
each
Right. Right.
other, right?
Right.
And we're gonna try to use that, the episode that is, maybe comes out the best or crisp or how whatever term you want to put on it
Right.
as a way to shop and raise money. And then hopefully, if we don't get picked up, that, by I'm just, by a network that we um get distribution.
Right.
That's the goal.
That's awesome. I
Yeah,
mean, and he knows what's going on. I mean, the guy is work. I mean, he's worked with the best.
right. And he
I
made
mean,
a movie. He made a
he
movie about 20 years ago. He did he same deal. It was a night, it was a feature, um, best hits of Johnny Slade. It was original, and then when it got distribution, it was Meet the Mobsters, which the title isn't really a good title, but the
no.
movie's great. I watched it. I watched it when he told me about it. I went and I watched it, and I really enjoyed it. But he raised, so where I'm going with that story is he raised money to film this, and he had a lot of soprano characters on the guys that he worked with on the
Sure.
soprano. So he's got that experience, and he said, "I don't, I'm going to try to learn from those mistakes and try to do learn from what
Right.
I did, try to, move forward with this." So that's kind of where we're at with this. But I was like, and I'm going to say this publicly. I said this to my wife before I left because I was like walking around my house with my script in my hand, talking out loud. And my wife's like, "What's the matter with you?" And I'm like, "I'm nervous." And she's like, "What are you nervous about?" I go, "I don't want him to regret asking me to do this role,
Right.
And I'm being sincere when I say that."
Well, I mean, I think that, of course, Patrick, and I totally buy that because you are a sensitive guy and you're a good guy. Everybody feels the same way when you get to the point, if you're serious about what you're doing, if you're serious about this, and we all are, you realize that, you know, I mean, you got the crew, you got, I mean, I don't know, $1 million. I mean, not so much for this, but if you're on a TV series, I mean, you got, I don't know, $100,000 a day, $1,000,000, whatever,
Yeah.
1,000,000, how many thousands of dollars an episode, And when I did Chappaquiddick and we did 17 takes on this and it was a walk and talk and I fucked up the 18th. I felt like shit. Everybody screwed up and then we finally got it right. Then I got it right. Then in the 18th, I screwed it up and I felt like I just let everybody down.
Yeah.
It's the worst feeling in the world because when you're there, no, I mean, for people that are watching to understand, it's not just the other actor. It's the lighting people, it's the sound people, it's the cameras, the director of photography. Because I wish everybody could be on a movie set, and then they would really realize the actors obviously are very important, but how much else goes into it?
Goes into it, yeah.
And those people are working 14-hour days, and you come out of your trailer and you're all, hey, yeah, and they've been lugging cable or setting things up, or the director of photography has been waiting for the one shot, the sun's going to be in the right spot, you got to nail the line, and they're thinking like the dumb actor, all he's got to do is nail the fucking line.
Right, right.
All right,
Yeah,
but you're
yeah.
shitting yourself. Yeah, oh yeah, I get it. It's
I
perfectly
was I
natural.
beat myself up over the whole thing on all the way till we got out there. And I never led on to John. That's how I felt until after we filmed it.
Yeah,
And he's like, he looked at me and he laughed. He's like, "Why would you feel that way?" I said, "Because it's a reflection of me. I've never worked with you. You've worked at a
right.
different level than me." And,
Sure.
and I said, and I just never wanted you because he's so passionate about this. Like,
Right.
I
You didn't want
never
to mess it
wanted to
up.
be like, "Oh, Jesus, did I make the right choice?" Um, but I guess we'll see how it comes out on film too. So,
Well, but I mean, you must have had a good time.
it
I mean,
was
once you get going,
crazy.
it's the best.
Yeah,
Like my
yeah,
wife doesn't understand my lunacy. I go, "Oh, you get in a scene, you get going or something,
yeah,
like and it just it clicks and it's real and it's authentic. It's orgasmic. It really
yeah,
is.
it really is.
It's and unless you're doing it, unless you're in it, people just don't know unless you're addicted to acting.
Yes.
Patrick, great to talk to you. Great stories.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you and John. Keep us posted on what's going on with the other episodes. Um, Maybe when you guys get the four in the can or you're ready to roll, we'll get both of you back on and we can talk about it.
That'd be cool. Thank you, Gary. I really appreciate it.
You got it, bud.